and welcome or welcome back to BookTube with Amy. Today's going to be my mid-year self-destruct challenge check-in. So I've got my wee notebook here and I'm not doing very well at this challenge, let me tell you. So I have set myself 6 books to read this year because I'm a mood reader, and so I know for a fact that if I was to do the full 12 that I would just end up unhauling lots and I wouldn't be giving these books a proper chance. So I do 6 books and I'm still doing terribly at this challenge. So the first book that's on my self-destruct challenge is The Island Child by Molly Aitken. I have not read this book yet and therefore have nothing to say. Bad Amy. Then on my self-destruct I had Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. Now I did start reading this one and I was sort of sneaky and I put this on my self-destruct challenge this year as well as my I seriously need to finish this challenge, because it was on my I seriously need to finish this challenge last year to try and continue this series, the Twisted Tales series, and I did not. I read the first book, really didn't like it, and I just got the fear to pick up another one, so I put it on both challenges this year to like give me the extra oomph to pick it up. And to be fair, it did, but I really didn't like it. I'm not going to continue on with this series. It is a DNF for me for both projects. I was bitterly disappointed. I just don't feel like the writing is great, to be honest, and I've never read another book by Liz Braswell. I don't know if she has written anything else other than the Twisted Tales books. If I would maybe get on a wee bit better with it, because I would not be as familiar with the source material, but I just don't feel like they're what I signed up for. The first one I read was the Beauty and the Beast one, As Old as Time, and like I thought that these were going to be like Disney villain stories basically, and it's sort of isn't. It's just like a twist happens and then like you need to deal with the characters dealing with the twist, but it isn't very interesting, or at least it wasn't in the Beauty and the Beast one. So I decided to do Part of Your World because I am like an Ariel fanatic. Little Mermaid has always been my favourite Disney film, and when I am unwell it's Little Mermaid that I want to watch. When we got married I wanted like full on Little Mermaid vibes. I had red hair, I had a big mermaid dress, like was like I want to be Ariel for a day basically, and that's why I had my hair that bright red colour for so many years, because I was just like unhealthily obsessed. But it just didn't do it for me, really didn't do it for me. I think I only got like a quarter of the way through, to be honest, and I was just like, no, this isn't for me. I know that, well, I was going to say I know that these are middle grade, but I feel like they're marketed differently. I feel like in the UK they're definitely marketed as middle grade, but I feel like in America they're marketed as YA, and so I'm unsure actually where these books fall on that spectrum. But like if they're for younger readers, I understand that a wee bit, and maybe like they just aren't a series for me because I am obviously a more mature reader. But I just really didn't like it, and if it's YA it's definitely written far too young for me personally. So I didn't like that very much. Then I have Practical Demon Keeping by Christopher Moore. I haven't read this one yet either, haven't picked it up, haven't even looked at it, but it is one that I definitely want to get to because Becca over at Read Becca has read some Christopher Moore, and it seems to be that sort of like dark humour side of fantasy that I enjoy, and so I should feel like I want to pick this one up more, but I just haven't. And then there is The Corset by Laura Purcell, and I also have not read this. Bad Amy. Oh, I didn't do it the last time. Bad Amy again. This is like a historical fiction, and I am very hit or miss with historical fiction. I tend to pick it up because I feel like I should like it more than I do, and I wish I did, I think, is the issue, but 9 times out of 10 I just don't. And I read another Laura Purcell book and I really didn't enjoy it. So I'm a wee bit hesitant to pick this one up, but I think I'm going to get to it soon. I recently just got this on audio so that I can try and do it that way also, and see if that maybe makes a difference for me. But I've just not read it yet. And then I have The Woman Who Went to Bed for a Year by Sue Townsend, and I was quite excited for this one. Simon has quite a few Susan Townsend books on his shelf. Susan, I don't know. Anyway, her. He's got all the Diary Adrian Mole books, and he's always really liked them, and it's an author that he's always spoken about quite favourably. But he says he tried to read this book and he absolutely hated it. And then Ange also says she tried to read this book and absolutely hated it. But I thought the premise sounded really quite interesting. Like, it is essentially about a woman who just has a wee bit of a mental breakdown and goes to her bed for a year. And I feel like I relate to that so much, because that's genuinely what I want to do every single day of my life. And so I was like, no, like, I think this could be cool, like, I think it could be good, it could be quite funny, a bit of everything, and, you know, something that I would enjoy. Like, that's the type of literary fiction book that I would definitely pick up. Like, sort of a bordering on humour, but also a bit mince. Like, her life is obviously terrible if this is what she's doing, and like, that's what I want out of literary fiction. But this wasn't it for me, and I DNF'd this. I think I didn't even get as far into this one as I did with A Part of Your World, to be honest. I think I got like 3 or 4 chapters into this one and was like, it's a hard pass for me. The way the author portrays your main character is just like a pure neurotic woman, and like, I feel like if a guy had written this, the book would get a lot more hate than it does, because it's just like one of the worst portrayals of women and mental health that I've ever seen in my entire time of reading, to be honest. You know, so stereotypical, like, moans about people no tidying up and wants her furniture to be pristine, and like the kids are never good enough, and fights with her mother-in-law, and just like all of the things that you would think of like a really stereotypically bitchy woman who has a mental breakdown. Basically that. And so I thought that was really garbage. But then there was just a lot of comments in here as well that I just felt were really unnecessary and far, far, far too judgy. You know, judging people's sexuality and judging people's appearance and judging people's weight and like what fucking colour they dye their hair, like, was absolutely grotesque. I would never pick up another book by this author again. I would never even try any of their other works, just because I was that shocked and I found this one to be that galling. I love when a book has commentary in it, social commentary, right? Fine. And I don't always need to agree with the social commentary, right? Like, I am a wee lefty, as we know. Like, I can read books that maybe are a wee bit more right wing with their social commentary. Like, no bigotry. I know there's a line. But like, I don't need to agree with all of the author's social commentary. I don't need to agree with all of the author's character choices or anything like that. Fine, right? But when I feel like an author has just written a book or created a character so that they can put their own opinions out into the world, like, that's a bit mince. I didn't want to feel like I'm just reading your shitey views. I just, like, it needs to be more interesting, it needs to be clever, it needs to be smarter, and it needs to be a hell of a lot less offensive. So this is a DNF for me. Would not recommend. And then lastly, I have The Society of S by Susan Hubbard. I have not read this. Another one I haven't read. So I haven't read 4 and I've DNF'd 2. So arguably, haven't read any of them, have a fuck. This is going absolutely terribly. But I'm going to hold myself to account right here, right now, right? I reckon in July, in place of my try that trope vlog that I normally do, I am going to do like a shelf destruct vlog, and I'm going to tackle a couple of these and see how we go. Maybe I'll do all 4 in the one vlog. Who knows? Doubt it. But I'm going to try and vlog it because I think it could be quite fun for you guys to get like my live reactions to these books, and they're obviously on this list for a reason because I just gravitating towards them, and like if they're books that I'm not going to enjoy or I'm not really going to pick up, maybe my reading taste has changed since I originally purchased, which is absolutely fine. I would rather pass them on to somebody else who's going to really enjoy them. So I am going to do a vlog in July where I try to read some of these. You can comment down below if there's any in particular that you would like me to read or to pick up so that you guys can see my live reactions to them. Then let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you're enjoying everything you're reading at the moment, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!